It's the time to get down.
Are you guys ready to talk about some weed?
Times are a-changing, but some things stay the same. You start each morning with a cup of coffee every day. Maybe hit the snooze, turn on the local news, but nothing good comes from a one-sided point of view. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info, stay for the reefer. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info and stay for the reefer.
Yes, come for the info and stay for the reefers. Welcome everyone to Marijuana for Dummies, the show that attempts to resist the miseducation of marijuana. And I get to host this. Mario Hemsley, a little bit about my background. I went to medical school at USC. I went to undergrad at a HBCU, Howard University, the Mecca. Then I attended medical school at University of Southern California. Trained at LA County in pediatrics, where I went on to be a member of faculty, run the pediatric ICU. Board certified, then 30 years completed at Kaiser Permanente as a pediatric hospitalist, taking care of all the inpatients, backing up the ER, also the NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. So, I am also a medical marijuana user and proponent. I've had a long history of chronic pain from a variety of things, mostly related to my back, but I've also had 2 rotator cuff surgeries, one on each shoulder. I recently had major back surgery for over 11 years of chronic pain from that. And so I'm a medical marijuana supporter, and it has helped me a lot in dealing with these things. Now, as part of today's talk, we're going to talk about something a little different, which is Kratom, which is a natural component which people are talking about. It's one of the new miracle drugs. But before we do any of that, as is my practice, I love to share with you at Marijuana for Dummies what the latest stuff I'm smoking. Now, what I'm smoking now is Wedding Crashers. You guys, take a look at Wedding Crashers. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece. And let me go live with this. Wedding Crashers. We got the live 360 going to you guys. There we go. So take a look. It's a wonderful strain. You know, they call it a sativa. Okay? You know, this is another one that everybody calls a sativa that I think is more of a hybrid, at least in terms of the way it feels. It is, they say sativa, but it has some little heavier qualities, but certainly it's a wonderful morning smoke. And I try to tell people functionally the difference is there are those things that you like in the morning with your coffee as part of embracing the day, getting going. And so you don't really want to be slowed down. You're not trying to get, to have that kind of smoke that's going to pin you to the chair. And so usually in the mornings, especially if you're like me, when you want to have like a meditative moment and everything's very nice like that, then you want a sativa. And I have to tell you, this Wedding Crashers is wonderful. One of my good buddies loves it so much, he called me up and said, because I gave a little bit, when he visited. And he said, oh man, that Wedding Crashers is wonderful in the morning. I said, that's because you're such an asshole in the morning.
Wow. Wow.
He's one of my buddies, but that's the way he is. He's one of those people, when he wakes up, he can be a little bit irritable person,
Right.
Because he would have to come by to do some work sometime in the morning. He's irritable.
He's a grouch.
He's a grouch.
Got it.
But so those people, if they get up and have a little smoke, this one would be a wonderful one. So I want you to know.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. Now let's talk a little bit about the subject of the day. The subject of the day is really not marijuana. It's Kratom. Kratom. let me pull out my papers on this. Because I did a bunch of reading. Mitragina speciosa. It's a tree. Kratom is a tree native to Southeast Asia, specifically Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Borneo. The botanical name, Mitragina speciosa. It's in the same family as the coffee tree, you guys, and supposedly has been used as an herbal drug for thousands of years in Southeast Asia. Now, you know, just in general, I'm always interested in holistic treatments that have been used for hundreds and thousands of years. The teas are a big deal. I learned a lot about the teas from my Latino and Asian co-workers, and they let me know a lot about the teas. So when things have a long history, I'm interested. I'm interested because I saw a documentary too on Netflix about this, and then I did some reading and found out that for a minute people were trying to really put restrictions on this. Because they were trying to put up restrictions on this, it caused me to go online and buy like 200 capsules of the two main types ahead of.
Wow.
So I went on, so just so you can see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that video.
Yeah, they can see. The closer you get, the better it is. But I can see it. See the color, everything.
So
very good.
These are the capsules. Now, it's a leaf. They have a variety of forms, even though when you read on it, it looks like the different forms are basically a matter of how they process it. But it's basically something, for the most part, the same tree. Kratom's been getting, it's been used for years as a natural relaxer, pain reliever, those kinds of things. And so I was very interested. I was interested too because now that I've had my back surgery and I don't have that sciatica anymore, thank God that's gone. But I do have my regular muscle spasms that I've had for years, which are there since I've been incapacitated for a while. So I got a lot of rehabbing to do. I also have the additional problem as I got older that I could not take Advil. I was having issues with my kidney function, and so I had to let Advil kind of go. So I was looking for a pain reliever other than Tylenol, which I do use. And so this seemed to be interesting because along with the pain relief, it was supposed to have some psychoactive components. It's actually got most of its notoriety recently because people have been touting it as a means of reducing their opioid addiction. As you know, there's a big issue right now with addiction to opioids.
Right.
And many people, when you go online, are touting Kratom as the drug that got them, off of opiates. I just went and did a quick search at YouTube, and I was amazed at the kind of things that you found. The people who were talking about it, people who were testifying about it. But there's a lot of folks on here, people talking about using it, how they've used it. And so I decided it was worth a try. So far, after I used it a couple days, what I mostly experienced was good sleep. So there's a whole issue with the dose.
Right.
How much to take and those kinds of things. But I'm only taking it, remember, I have different goals. My goals are to replace the Advil, because for me, every morning was like, 800 of Advil and then, 3 extra strength Tylenols. That was like my morning cocktail. So having to let the Advil go, I want to exercise more, and I'm pretty good about pushing through, the pain. Because one thing rehab really means painful exercises. That's what rehab is. That's why people don't want to rehab. That's why when they say you did a great rehab, that means you were willing to get up every day and do painful exercises.
Right.
So that my desire from the Kratom was to have a little less pain
Right.
as I go into the exercises and see what that would do.
Right.
Even though I'm willing to push through with the pain on the exercises, I want to see if it can relieve it to some degree, replace the Advil. Now, but in terms of the other uses, I went and looked at the current, the regular medical resources, and they basically say they have nothing to report yet. No good studies. Things have yet to be documented. They just indicate what some of the people are reporting, and that it is being used by many to reduce their drug and opiate use.
So there's no official confirmation. This
There's
is just
no
by,
official confirmation yet. I went to my usual drug resources, and including the National Institutes of Health,
Right.
and so they just don't have anything to say about it yet.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why I went on and bought it from a reputable source.
Right.
I went on and stocked up on it to a degree just in case. So, like I
But-
said, I bought a bunch of capsules. I got two bags of it.
But you're giving it a soft endorsement.
Now, I'm not giving any endorsement yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I have to try to find the proper dose. And then, remember, I want it just to help me release some of the back muscle pain.
Got it.
And that's all I want. So we'll see. I know one thing. I slept good. I slept great.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Hey, look. Most people don't realize how lack of sleep, is crazy.
Lack of sleep is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
So everybody, the word is still out. I'll let you know. It wasn't expensive. I think 200. Well, I guess it depends on the way you look at it. A pack of 210. I always wonder where they get these numbers from, Vic. Why not 215?
Right.
But 210 capsules was like $105. Why not 107?
Wow. Yay. Okay. Okay. I mean,
You think
look,
that's expensive?
it's all relative. Yeah, okay. At what I give you a relative because I don't know. At what point for you does good wine get too expensive?
That's a good point. That's an excellent point from a non-drinker. That's an excellent point from a non-drinker, everybody. Everybody, marijuana for dummies.